I'm not quite sure what this is. It's so weathered, but it looks like it might have pretty interesting grain in there. And since I'm getting a little more interested in working with leather, I need what's called a slick, or an edge burnishing tool. Let's see if I can find one in there. Well, I have to admit, I was kind of hoping that was going to be a piece of maple. I didn't actually think it was. It's turned out to be a piece of oak. But it's an interesting piece of wood. This is going to be a bit of a challenge to turn down, but we'll see. This is a very standard seam with a saddle stitch between two pieces of leather. And the way these are done is the flesh side goes together because the hair side is the good side, the presentation side. But what you see here after all of the processing is you're still looking at something that's just about as rough as the flesh side. Once this has been processed, and one of the last things you do with it to this point is to sand the edge and take out all the imperfections that you put in there, and that raises the fibers. And that's the whole point behind this slick, is to be able to push that down and make it so that it's a presentation side, or almost a presentation side. You can't make it quite that nice looking, but you do want to clean that up. So that's what the slick is about. Okay, I'm going to treat just half of this seam and try and clean it up, and we can see later what the difference is. And the way to do that is just to wet the edge a little bit. I've seen some people put some glycerin soap on there. I haven't given that a try yet. And then you just rub it down and burnish it. And I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll take another look at it. Well, this is now the next day, and I think it's pretty easy to see even on a camera that there's a fairly dramatic difference between this portion, which was slicked, and this portion, which was still the raw state. Quite a different presentation. So there it is. That's about seemingly as simple a project as you could want. But in fact, this is the third one that I've made. And it turns out that I didn't appreciate on my first two attempts how important it is that, that these areas be just as smooth as it can possibly be. And that's why I was originally looking for a piece of maple. Although this is a very tightly knit piece of oak, and there are practically no pores in it whatsoever, so it worked out just fine. And interestingly enough, Tandy Leather offers that, and it would have cost me $17 plus shipping to get it here, but it came out of a piece of firewood that didn't have much value other than it's pretty nice looking in my hands with all that grain in there. So I'm a little happier that mine looks a little nicer than that piece of maple that I would have gotten from Tandy. So thanks very much for watching. Come on back. I'm Tom Stevens. Would appreciate it if you'd comment if you want to have something to say about it. Give me a like and come on back. I'll have something again sometime.